Perfect. 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 Perfect.
Yeah. Well, all right. Like you always say, welcome, welcome, welcome. Number one sports talking D. We ain't like the Falcons, we won't blow the lead. Look, all we talk is who that, who got cut and who back. Rookies in the vets, players you should look at. It's the sports coma, you don't wanna miss it. Got the pre-game, party, post-game statistics. Get a visit from Sway, maybe DC or 5. It's the hottest thing smoking, Big Q and the guys. Go to YouTube Live, make sure you subscribe. Interviews inside the Saints locker room high. Talk to Drew, Jordan, Zach, Peyton, New Orleans, who that nation. Best believe when I say we bleed gold and black. Ain't a miracle or rivalry could ever hold us back. No, Beastquake, Bounty Gate, let the truth be told. It's the sports coma, all we know is say Super Bowl.
Yeah. You're listening to the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys on the PRO Media Network.
Who that fam? What's going on to the family in the building? Who that to the beautiful black and gold family member chiming in a live stream? Coming at you on a Friday, family. Coming at you a Friday here on the Sports Coma, man. And just catching up with the family. Yesterday we had a show in which we covered the signing of former Eagle linebacker and signing Nigel Bradham, which we've talked about on the show previously, that the Saints should have signed. So the Saints do a good, this is a really solid signing, as I've said. And I got to give credit what's credit's due, man. It's a really good move by the Saints to solidify the defense with a very tough, physical, and instinctive linebacker like Nigel Bradham. You know, that's just a football name, no matter how you slice it. Nigel Bradham. That's him and Demario Davis. That's two serious football names right there. Well, who that to the beautiful black and gold family members? Welcome, welcome, welcome. You're now rocking with the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys, where we have intense, entertaining, educating, and enlightening sport talk from your favorite sports family. Of course, I'm Big Q. This is the Sports Coma, also known as the Great Saint Think Tank, episode 148 of the series 549 on the episodes of the summation of the total shows over 5 years of Sports Coma Talk covering the Saints, over 30 years of a Saints fan. Good to see the beautiful black and gold family members chiming in this Friday edition. Just going to go over a few things with you before I open up the phone lines. This is a reaction show that I promised the family members from yesterday. Not going to be a very long show. I'm going to try to keep it short, but I'm going to give the family members an opportunity to chime in just a second. Just hold tight. I'm going to go through some information pertaining to, we already know about Nigel Bradham having a Super Bowl with the Eagles, being an integral, one of the serious contributors of the Philadelphia Super Bowl team. And of course, we have several of those guys. Nigel joins Malcolm Jenkins and of course, Patrick Robertson as three of those former Eagle players that helped contribute to a Super Bowl win in Philadelphia several years ago. But this one we'll talk about and give some information to about the other guy, wide receiver Bennie Fowler, who a lot of people was like, why the hell we need a wide receiver? I said that. But, you know, I had to do some research. Like I told the family, I needed to go and do some research on it. Big ups to Arthur Rooks over at the whothatdaily.com. The Saints contributed a really nice article covering Fowler, stuff that I didn't know about him. He's a very interesting player, to say the least. And I'm going to share some of the information with you guys that Arthur had dug up. So big ups to Arthur who's listening. Keep up the good work at the whothatdaily.com. And for all our Saints people out there, make sure that's one of your Saints resources. Lock that in your phone, write it down, do what you got to do. The whothatdaily.com. That's www.thewhothatdaily.com for all Saints news, Pelican news, fight news. Got great contributors contributing. Really good resource, and he wrote a really good article, short and sweet to the point. Who that to your GM Kev joining it? Let's get a petition to get Elvin Gentry fired. Now, Q, I got you, Kevin. Here, Mr. Jerry, who that to you, Jerry? Good to see you, Jeremiah. What up with your family? Good to see you, Natural Chrissy. What's up, Natural Chrissy? Been a while. Who that to you? Good to see you. Been a long time. Welcome back to the live stream, family. Much love. All right, Just Leo 12. Michael Thomas should put a little money on the side if you want, honey. Who that to you, man? Thank you for joining the live stream as well. Donald Woods Jr. What's going on, Donald? Good to see you in the live stream. Says we should sign Everson Griffin, man. Great fit. Thank you, bro. I agree with you. Demi, who that to you? Demi, how you doing, baby? Dada, what up, Dada? Good to see my boy Dada in the building. Just Leo 12 says other linebacker with axe injury should be put on reserve. Donald says, how was your Friday though, man? Salute to the channel, man. Salute to Mickey Loomis, man. Great work. Thank you, fam. Can't forget about Bennie Fowler, man. Good veteran wide receiver. Thank you, Donald. The numbers don't show what Fowler could do, but he can be an intriguing option for the Saints. You know, he really could. A lot of people saying, well, he'd be buried on the depth chart. Well, we'll take a look at that, man. You never know how these things can shake up. Because the Saints only have a certain period of time to look at certain pieces. And what makes Fowler interesting, I'm gonna tell y'all something about him, because y'all not too many articles are talking about him, except for the one I seen with Arthur. But 9 times out of 10, Arthur will probably let see the rest of these reporters get their stuff straight. They'll start writing articles to what he found out. Kevin Scott, who that to your family? Gerard Stevens, who that says, what's the number, brother? 504-475-4482. We'll open up the live lines momentarily. I'm going to go over the story first, Kevin Scott, and then we'll allow the call-ins. Gerard, good to see you. Gerard Stevens, who that to your family? Good to see you. Till, my dog, Till in the building. What up to Till, the legend? Good to see you. Thank you for joining us, my friend. Just Leo 12 says, giving out, he says, Demo, Nigel, either rookie or undrafted Joe, other linebacker, shoulder problems. A linebacker shoulder problems. Sir Luke, who that to you, Sir Luke? Thank you for the super chat, fam. Thank you, sir. Tragic 504 says he's more of a slot guy. Yeah, he's a man. I was able to watch some footage on this guy on Fowler, and I was kind of impressed on what he could do. 6-year veteran. Well, this is his 7th year he's coming into, and he could be an interesting option. You know, these guys like that, Really interesting. Stanley Dunn, who that to you? Stanley says Fowler from Michigan State was a beast. Believe he played in Denver for 2 years. I think it was like 4 years he played in Denver. You might be right on that. I know he's been in the league for 6 years, but he bounced around a lot. But I know Denver was the Giants, and Denver is one of the main teams that he played with. I think he was on, got on with the Patriots, with the Bears. So he's been kind of a journeyman jumping around. But I'm gonna give you guys, I'm gonna share what I got from Arthur from the WhoDatDaily.com. Joe Gidry, what up, Joe? He said, what up, Big Q? Who that fam? Kevin Scott said, I appreciate you, brother. 2020 Super Bowl champs. Thank you, Kevin. I appreciate you too, my brother. Thank you for your support on the live stream, and much love to you and Yearn, bro. And no doubt about it, Saints Super Bowl, all the way to the Super Bowl. This is the black and gold Super Bowl. We won one in Miami this year. Let's win one in Tampa. In Tampa, and if they have one in Jacksonville, let's win that one in there too. Let's make it Florida all the way around, baby. I rather win Super Bowls in Florida because you know what kind of weather you're gonna get. I tell you what. Just Leo says Fowler did research. He good, vet strong, would fight between him and Harris. Maurice Harris, yeah, or Deontay Harris. Either one, we'll be looking at that. But anyway, family, give me an opportunity, and I'm gonna share my screen with you guys in just a moment, and we'll cover some of this, and then I'll activate the phone lines, and then we'll jump into it. Now, this is an article right here from the WhoDatDaily.com. 3 things that you should know about newly signed Saint wide receiver Bennie Fowler. And of course, this was written by Arthur Rooks, who's a good contributor. You can see also, Arthur breaks it down. He talks about it on there. He says, New Orleans Saints signed 2 free agents yesterday. Of course, a lot of people was bucked about Nigel Bradham, because they know Bradham will represent a guy that will do some terrific stuff for the team. So, he'll challenge for that starting linebacker position. Outside of that, the other guy that was signed was the lesser of the two. Of course, it wasn't official until a little later on that the Saints did sign Bennie Fowler, who's relatively unknown to the Who Dat Nation. He's viewed as a long shot to make the roster, but that might not be the case, according to what Arthur says. He says, I wrote an article yesterday covering the signing of both new Saints players, both Fowler and Bradham. He says, we understand that Bradham would get much of the press because of his productivity and role with his former team, Philadelphia. I was very surprised what I found out once I researched Mr. Fowler. He says, maybe you will be too. Here's 3 things you probably didn't know about Saints wide receiver Bennie Fowler. Now, this is some of the stuff that was really interesting that I found on the article. Number 1, bullet point number 1, he says Fowler was an undrafted wide receiver out of Michigan State. A lot of people know that, but did y'all know that he ran a blistering 4.38? Thank you, Tyrone. Who that to you, Tyrone? Appreciate the super chat. Family, thank you for joining us. Thank you for your super chat, family. Thank you. Also, let's see. Okay, Brad, I'm gonna give me just a second. I'm gonna finish your comments. I'm gonna get through this article here. Okay, did anybody know that Fowler ran a 4.38? Did anybody realize that Fowler ran a 4.38? That's absolutely insane, man. That Fowler ran a 4.38. That was when he was in Michigan at Michigan State's Pro Day back in 2014. I was like, okay. And I went back and looked at his footage from Michigan State and seen his speed. I actually seen the footage of him running it, and he's lightning. Now, 6 years into the future from that day, he still retained a lot of that speed. Now, also author affixed to this article a mini scouting report about Fowler. And he says right here, and I'm going to highlight it for the family. These are the positives right here. He says he has size, speed. Now, he's 6'1". He's about 6'1", about 212, 210-ish. He says he's a speed freak athletically, up there with Cody Latimer from the Broncos, because he was competing with them at the time. This is when he was an undrafted free agent, and the scouting report was comparing him to when he was picked up by the Denver Broncos and the rest of the receivers they had at the time. So he was compared to guys like Latimer and others. He said he improved as a senior as the season went on, showed an ability to make tough catches and adjust to poorly thrown balls, explosive after the catch, excellent deep speed, hands catcher, aggressive attacking mentality, good field vision, could be a better pro than college player, better solid downfield blocker, some of the footage that I was able to see on Fowler kind of backed that up. Now the negatives, according to the report, is that they're saying that his injury in sophomore season had a medical red flag, which he was able to work himself through in part. Inconsistent, which could explain a lot why he's been in the league and he's kind of not been able to fit in. Occasionally gives up on routes, doesn't always come with the contested balls, lack the elite production. But that could change in a wide receiver friendly system like New Orleans. Bullet point number 2. Fowler is a best-selling author. His book is entitled Silver Spoon, The Imperfect Guide to Success. Did you know that? Obviously, you probably didn't. But Fowler has a best-selling book entitled Silver Spoon, The Imperfect Guide to Success. Didn't know that. Then bullet point number 3 is Fowler is also a motivational speaker who was trained through the NFL's Speakers Bureau. So the guy has 4.38 speed. He has a best-selling book. He's also a motivational speaker. Seemed like a kind of guy that the Saints would want to have in the locker room, to say the least. And of course, the bonus point was that Fowler spent 4 years with the Broncos, and he was a member of Super Bowl 50's championship team in 2016. So he does have a Super Bowl ring. So the Saints basically signed 2 veterans, one a 9-year veteran, one a 6-year veteran, both of which are recent Super Bowl champions with a high degree of character. So that is really interesting as well, that you would bring, these guys. So that's really interesting. And I think, Arthur, for 3 things you probably didn't know about Bennie Fowler. That's really interesting. 4.38 speed, man. That's pretty insane, if you ask me. That's pretty insane. 4.38 speed. That seemed like the type of veteran you would want. He has good size. I didn't know about the 4.38 speed. I won't kick against that. I did not know about that. That was really special. 4.38 speed, good size. I watched the footage on Fowler. His highlight reels, there's several of them out there. I was able to look at his college reel, and I was able to look at some scouting reels. I was able to even look at some of his reels from his professional career. And he made some very difficult catches in traffic, over the shoulder. He showed speed. He showed toughness. He ran through tackles. So this might be the type of dude we could use here. And he does have a degree of toughness and speed. He could spell. He could play in the slot position, but 4.38 speed, along with Taysom Hill, the Saints just keep getting faster and faster. Offense and defense, very solid moves. Very solid moves. Family got to understand these are 2 pretty damn good solid moves, to be honest with you. The Fowler move, a lot of people wasn't expecting, but what could you expect out of guys like that? So Fowler is a Fowler. I mean, I'm saying Fowler. It's Fowler. Fowler. I'm sorry. I apologize. Gerard cutting up in the chat. I'm sorry. I'm thinking about Dante Fowler or somebody. Fowler. I'm sorry. But anyway, Fowler is a guy, man, that could help the Saints. We'll see. They do have an opening in behind Traquan Smith, who was supposed to be Bennie Fowler, but Traquan Smith hadn't arrived yet. So perhaps we'll see, man. This is a wide receiver free type of system, but it has been kind to everybody except for guys like Traquan Smith, who just can't seem to find his way for whatever reason. But that's interesting. Now, what I want to do, family, I want to open up the line. The lines are activated now. 504-475-4482. 504-475-4482. The live lines are open. You can feel free to chime in. Hit the call up. The number is activated. Who that to you? Good to see you. Nachima, is that? I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, family. Nachimya. I can't. The print's real small, but hopefully I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Nachimya says Bradham is a certified cover linebacker. This should be interesting with the Saints D this year. Also, watch out for Gardner Johnson. Thank you, family. Appreciate you. Who that to you, and thank you, man. I hope I ain't butcher your name. Nachimya. Let's just try that way. Tony Fournier, who that to you? Tony says Hunt will be perfect for the lineup opposite of Cam Jordan. Marcus Hunt. Well, we'll see if Marcus can be there. Perhaps he can beat out a guy like Trey Hendrickson, or perhaps Carl Granderson. He's there for a reason, and he can play two different positions. He can play inside and out. So we'll see how that shakes. But yeah, Marcus Hunt has a place here somewhere. I'd love to see what he can do. Tragic 504, who that to you says, can you put that intro on title? I want to bump that on the Saints playlist in the DFW. Okay, we'll see what we can do on that. Everybody, most people really love the Sports Coma intro, man. And credit to Black Suede. Black Suede was the one who wrote it and came up with it, man. And he loves the show. He's been working with the show since its creation. And really, I give him a lot of the credit. He's done a really great job on it. All right, family, we got a caller. Thank you for calling the Sports Coma family. Who's on the line?
Is it Fowler or Fowler?
What's going on, Gerard? How you doing, brother?
What's up? What's going on with you, man?
I can't call it, bro. Obviously, I can't call his name either. So you know what? I'm thinking about Deontay Fowler. And I'm getting it. See, I'm gonna have to get used to it. And I'm thinking I have to say this is Bennie Fowler now. So we got Bennie Fowler in the building. We got to get used to his name now. What's going on? How you been, bro?
I've been well. I've been well. Just gaining weight. Why do the Saints always get these people at the end of the career? Let me ask you that.
Who are you speaking of, there, Gerard? Who are they getting at the end of the career?
I'm talking about Nigel Bradham. He's in his 30s. I give it. He probably got. I'll give it about 2 years, 3 years, maybe pushing it, but 2 years. We got Demario Davis and he's a good leader, and hopefully he gets to stay with the team. But how long has Fowler been out the league, man?
Out of the league or in the league?
Is he still in the league? Out what?
No, he in the league. He been playing in the league. He just been with different teams. He's a 6-year veteran, entering his 7th year. So yeah, so he been in the league, bro.
Oh, okay. I really haven't been hearing about him. Last time I heard his name really called is excuse me, it's some years back. But nevertheless, this getting Nigel Bradham. I think the Saints should have got him a little bit earlier. Now, don't get me wrong. This is a great signing. But that means somebody's still hurt. Either Angelone hurt or Alonso is hurt. That's kind of what that means. They just saw opportunity and got him. Do you agree?
Well, that's the point, bro. And we've been kind of speaking about that because if you come into Drew Brees' final year, man, and you counting on Davenport and Alex Anzalone to remain healthy, I think the Saints aren't taking any chances, bro. I think that's what his sign is. That Bradham signing represents as more than just an insurance policy. Bradham is coming in here to start. And he's he's pushing for a starting position. You have AJ Klein that left out of here. Then of course, with him starting, he's going to vie for starting. Then we don't know what Alex Anzalone's health situation. There was reports saying that he's totally healthy, but it could be the fact that the Saints, they got several other linebacker prospects that are encouraging. Zach Bowen, Caden Ellis, who's returning, who's healthy as well. Joe Pesci and others that are there as depth.
Yeah.
Not to mention Anthony Chiquillo. Let's not forget him either.
Okay, well, this makes a move point. You bring in Nigel Bradham, and is he going to play on the outside? Then you got Vaughn. Is he going to see snaps? And my thing is Caden Ellis. He's another good candidate outside linebacker, and he plays special teams as well. So I think Caden Ellis, Joe Bacci, what's the other linebacker? Chase Hansen. One of those linebackers is going to have to take what's that guy who came from Cleveland? I can't think his name. He's a player.
Craig Robinson.
Well, one of those guys is going to have to take Craig Robinson's place. This may be Robinson's last year, and I'm thinking Caden Ellis probably, could take his place, one of those linebackers. But I do agree with the signing. I do like it. It's much needed, and I've been saying this for long. I think the Saints going to have to if that even is a draft come next year, you got to draft a linebacker. You got to draft a linebacker to fill that spot, whether you go sign Anzalone for the cheap or you just go bring in a new middle linebacker. Do you agree with they should sign Anzalone for the cheap?
Yeah, for the cheap, I agree with you on that, Gerard. I don't think that's an issue signing him cheap. If he in the final year of his deal, and he hasn't proved to the team that he can stay healthy. He's still dealing with injury issues and question marks that he had since he was in college. He has that shoulder, and the shoulder kept giving him problems. So I think this is the final season that the Saints will make a decision on whether or not to pay him. So I'm expecting him to kind of ball out and do the thing. But as far as like Bradham, when you're saying about Bradham comes in and look at him taking like a guy like Kiko, right? And he can play either position, or he's aggressive. It's just a 1-year deal. You know what I'm saying? It's just a 1-year deal. I don't know if there's something that'll tend toward the future, because they do have Zach Bowen there, and they do like Alex Anzalone, these younger guys, and he's 30 years old. DeMario is a little earlier than that. But these guys are still they're playing at the top of their careers right now, in my opinion. And Caden Ellis is interesting. Kiko Alonso might get help, even though he's ahead of schedule rehabbing. He's another interesting piece to this, which the Saints are going to hold on to him, this season. And then Craig Robinson, you're right. I think Craig Robinson might be the odd man out here. And I've been saying this for some time, and I know the family members hear me, that I've been saying the Saints been trying to get rid of Craig Robinson for the last 2 years. They've been trying to get rid of him. And he just sticks around because he does. He provides.
When he's put in on the field, just like that San Francisco game, he came in and the ball just came right in his hand. And sorry to cut you off. No. I think next season, even Bradham is a 1-year deal. He could be signed if they don't re-sign Anzalone, or you just sign him just because you need a backup with versatility like Bradham. So it may not just be a 1-year deal. He may come back next year if Anzalone is signed, if the Saints actually cut Alonso. So he's going to be there. And I got one other thought. My other thought is I strongly believe Maurice Harris will be that number 4 wide receiver, just because he has he's been in the league, I think 2016, 16. And he needs a home. Saints have a weakness at wide receiver 3 and wide receiver 4. I just don't think. When you get a chance, check out Traquan Smith's scouting report. His scouting report is very similar to this wide receiver the Buffalo Bills got. I can't think of his name, and he had the same problems as Traquan Smith. Can't separate. So what you do is you put Traquan at the number 3 position or number 4. And when Traquan is at the number 3 position in that Eagles game, he has eaten. So I cannot deny that, even though I want to kind of give up on him. I think he may find his home at a number 3, number 4 position. But I do think the Saints will draft a wide receiver coming if there is a draft. But do you agree with Maurice Harris being either a number 4 receiver or number 5?
I like Maurice Harris. I made no secret about it that I think he does have everything it takes to make this team. He has the speed. He's an intelligent player, size. He can catch. And it's been just unfortunate. And then he's versatile. He can help you in the special teams room as well by kick returning and punt returning. So, I mean, his size and speed, and Sean Payton loves guys, big wide receiver, 6'1", 6'2", and above, who can stretch the field and who can catch and who can not only play inside, who also can play inside and outside, and I think that's Traquan Smith. But Traquan Smith's problem. But I got to be honest with you there, Gerard. I did look at Traquan Smith's scouting report. Several. I mean, the family know I've covered and we laugh over it, just like we do Marcus Williams scouting report and PJ Williams scouting report. We bring all these scouting reports out to see if some of these players beat some of the things that they've been dealing with since college, and most of the times we see that they still severely dealing with these issues. And yeah, Traquan Smith was excelled in college because he was relatively a deep wide receiver. He was an outside man. When you ask him to come inside, when the Saints do with both their receivers, they ask those guys to do both, which is play inside and out. That's the kind of versatility the offense demands. Traquan Smith's transition from outside inside has not been kind for him here in New Orleans. He doesn't like going inside. He doesn't like catching the ball in traffic. And they have several other receivers that's behind him who do excel in catching the ball in a crowd. So we'll see how far he's progressed on that. But yeah, I'm quite aware of his scouting report.
Who do you think if the Saints have a need at wide receiver 5, who you putting there?
I don't. Truth be told, I don't think they keep 5 wide receivers.
Really?
Nope, I so don't. Because you got to look at the versatility of the Saints offense. This is positionless football, like I always like to throw out here all that. And hold on just for a second, Gerard. I'm gonna finish the extra question. We got another person on the line. What's up, fam? Thank you for calling the Sportscom. Who's on the line?
This is Kevin Scott.
Kevin, how you doing, brother? Good to hear from you, bro. Finally made it on, huh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I've been trying to get on for a minute, but I understand. Look, when you got great people on the line, it's hard to get in, but I don't mind waiting. I don't mind waiting it out.
Thank you, Kevin. Appreciate you, my brother. I got Gerard right ahead of you, so you can just mute your phone for me, and right after Gerard gets done, I'll get you on in there. Thank you, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Appreciate you. All right, but to answer that question, Gerard, I say 4 because of the fact that you have other people that's going to be contributing as a wide receiver that's not wide receivers. Okay, you got Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill's listed as a quarterback. He'll be playing a lot of his snaps at wide receiver. Me and you both know that. He'll be operating exclusively in the slot. He'll be outside. He'll be inside. He'll be all over the field. So I got to throw Taysom Hill in there because he's going to be partaking of the wide receiver duties as well. Not to mention other guys like Ty Montgomery. Montgomery's a running back. There you go. You see, so but Ty Montgomery to me, running back wise, he's going to be listed as a running back, but he could play a wide receiver as well. Then there was talk about this third tight end, Adam Troutman, who a lot of people say, nah, he's just going to be a third tight end. I disagree. That guy's going to that guy's going to play a lot this upcoming year.
Oh yeah. And my other thing is, I think LaJordan Humphrey.
Yes.
He got a lot of promise, man, and you know he's been on that practice squad for 2 years, so. You know, man, you can't count him out. There's a lot of other good guys. I don't think Austin called Tommy Lee Lewis. I don't think they're making it at all. I don't think they're making it. And the other 2 receivers we picked up, you know, we might could put them on the practice squad. But I'm feeling kind of lucky today. I called in. I've been trying to call this line ever since the Saints had lost in January and in the draft. I think you had put me on hold one time, and I was just so mad for the game. I just hung up. You was talking to somebody, and I hung up. This probably the only time I called in. It must have been my lucky day today to call in. But I'm not gonna hold you up from the callers. I'm gonna have to do my own work on Bennie Fowler. But again, Nigel Bradham, you're gonna watch out. This guy's a playmaker. He got some in the gas tank. And he may come back. He may come back next season. I think we need to. If he do come back next season, he will be good just in case we don't have Demario Davis. And whatever people say about Marcus Williams, they better hold their tongue. That dog will ball out. We know. I don't think the Saints had a free safety outside of Darren Sharper like Marcus Williams. He go ball out, and he go have to get paid. So. People can hold that foolishness about the Minnesota Miracle and all that. That boy is making plays, and he go keep making plays. But that's all I wanted to say, and you take it easy, Q.
Thank you, Gerard. Be safe out there, my brother. And who that to you?
Who that? Holla back.
Who that? All right. Appreciate you, Rod, for chiming in. Thank you. All right. Kevin, come on in, my brother. How you feeling today?
Yes, sir. I'm feeling pretty good on this wonderful evening. How you doing today,
Oh,
brother?
man, I'm doing terrific, my brother. I'm sitting up here talking about the Saints on a Friday with the great Saint Tank, baby. Nothing better in the world, baby.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I got to agree with you, brother. Let me tell you something. I'm from New Orleans. Matter of fact, I was raised in New Orleans, and you know a city named Homer, Louisiana?
Yes, sir.
My dad came from Homer,
Okay.
and my mom is from New Orleans, so I'm a country city boy.
Best of both worlds, my brother. Best of both worlds. There you go.
Bro. But let me tell you the trip thing about it. Since Katrina, when Katrina had me and my wife, we moved to Baton Rouge for 2 years, and all the places, due to, I don't know if you're spiritual, man, due to God had us move to Atlanta. I've been in Atlanta since 2007. Let me tell you something. They hate me, and I love it. They hate me, and I love it. I rub it in their face every chance I get. They hate me, and I love it. So that's my struggle every day.
Well, I appreciate it, man. Hey, if they're not hating you, we doing something wrong. I tell you what. I'll tell you one thing. I'll keep it honest with you, brother Kevin. If they ain't hating us, if Atlanta Falcons ain't hating us, we ain't doing something right.
That's amen right there. That's an amen right there. That's an amen right there. I just want to get on. I've been listening to you I just now got onto your podcast, and I've been listening to the last couple of you, brother. You speak knowledge, you speak truth, you speak to a lot of things I'll be wanting to talk about. Like that just start off with the last playoff game that we had against Minnesota. Two major factors. They did. I ain't gonna lie. They had a great scheme by putting them ends down the middle and have Drew Brees coming straight up the middle. I hate it, but that was a great scheme because that was like one of our small weaknesses, and it took advantage of it. But another thing that you talked about, a lot of people like to walk over at the end of the year by us losing Rankins and Davenport. That was a crippling part to our team.
Yeah.
They don't realize how much that crippled us.
Right.
When we lost them two at the same time, ain't like we lost one game and lost one other game. We lost both of them at the same time.
Yep.
And the defense was crippled because a complete defense is a balanced attack. That means even let's say our defensive line going against a strong offensive line, but if we know if our secondary is strong, that gives us enough time for our ends and rush or even a linebacker to come in and get the sack. But when one part of the line is weak and the other part is strong, it put too much stress on the strong part, and that's starting to make them weak.
Right. That's right. That's how it worked too. That's brother Kevin, you talking true, bro, because that's how it worked, man. If you got a part on your vehicle that breaks down and you don't fix it properly, it puts stress on everything else until you do it, and it wears everything out fast. So yeah, you're absolutely right. I seen it quite problematic when you lose Sheldon Rankins, Alex Anzalone, Davenport, Trey Hendrickson. You lost all of those guys. Kiko Alonso was at. I mean, you lost all of those guys, and the Saints through the whole season was basically patchwork in terms of the depth, relying on the depth. We lost Drew Brees for 5 games, lost Elvin Kamara for 2, lost Jared Cook for, I forgot, maybe 3 or 4 games. He was in and out of the lineup. Lost P.J. Williams, who was playing pretty decent for a couple of games in there. Then we lose Davenport toward the back end, lost Sheldon Rankins, lost Alex Anzalone. And then, you go into the playoffs, and then people forget that Marcus Williams and Von Bell were both hurt for the whole month before the playoffs.
Wow.
And then we were playing with Chauncey Gardner-Johnson and Patrick Williams, PJ Williams back there, as safeties. And then when the playoffs start, we put Marcus Williams and Von Bell back in the lineup. But those guys were hurt for a whole month. So it was a lot of stuff that we was dealing with. So you're absolutely right, man.
Yeah. And I realized this, who I want us to pick up so bad. I would love for us to pick up Logan Ryan, or either one of Logan Ryan, or like a Denard, or like a Fitzpatrick, a true good cornerback who could take up in case one of the, because if we watch Saints games for true, and I love Marcus Williams. I believe he is the number 1 corner he'll shut down. But last year he got knick-knack on key games. Like when we played the Falcons that game, He shut Julio down. But as soon as he hurt his ankle, Julio caught a 50-yard pass. I said, what the hell happened? And then I saw that all of a sudden, I look on the sideline, Marcus Lattimore out the game. I said, oh, Lord, that's what happened. As soon that Matt Ryan saw that,
he went at him.
Attacked whoever was on them.
Mm-hmm. Went right at him.
He went right at him, and that's what we need. We really need like a Logan or somebody who could play the slot.
Yes.
Who could play slot. Who could alternate as the number one receiver? Who could alternate as the number one cornerback? So when in case something happened or he has to come out of play, we don't lose no strength.
That's right. I agree with that.
When them key players come over there, we lose strength, and that's when we get attacked. That's when we get beat up.
I love it because you absolutely you're talking truth because you're right. If you go back to when Marcus Lattimore went down, we had to move the Jackrabbit over there, and then we had to pull. I think it was P.J. Williams up or whoever it was, and I think it was P.J. Williams or something like that. And they had whatever it was a disaster. So you're absolutely right. We damn sure need another cornerback who can fit in for the 1 or 2 if something happens. And Logan Ryan fits the bill. I mean, I was looking at the top 100 NFL report the other day, and they had Logan Ryan on the top 100. Logan Ryan right now don't even have a team to play for.
I wonder what my Saints, what are we thinking about? He's right there. Make a move. Put like this. Ain't no possible way. We can make some trades right now. Put like this. I don't care. I know there's a team who will be willing to take on Patrick Robinson. I don't care if we get him just for a 7th-round draft pick, just to get rid of him, to free up that cap, and we can make a move to go get Logan Ryan. We can make a move. And I wonder why the hell we still got P.J. Williams. I'm trying to figure on that.
I've been trying to break. I've said that P.J. Williams should have been gone 2 years ago. You know, I don't see how you keep making it.
Let me tell you something. He's starting to walk into that category with the Jason Davis and them like that. You started walking. You started getting that category right there.
Oh,
Jason
man.
Fred Thomas,
Toy
like
Cook, Fred Weary,
disaster.
Corey Smith, Usama Young. I got a whole list of unmitigated garbage I remember over the years. Alex Molden. I mean, I can throw kind of just pure garbage, absolutely garbage. Appreciate you, Tragic 504. Appreciate Tragic 504 with the super chat. Says Jordan also played with the Torah. That's right, too. Not to mention as well, Kevin, Cam Jordan. Thank you, Tragic 504, dropping the knowledge. Said that Cam also played with that torque core muscle, too. He got hurt in the last month of the season, too.
Let me tell you something. Due to this COVID, I believe our team is going to be – I believe this is the one shot that we're going to go in there super strong. Because think about it. By not having OTAs and stuff like that, you think that's a bad thing of not continuity and not letting the rookies in. But the good thing about it, a lot of them dudes will be trying to play through stress and injuries just to get themselves ready. But this COVID allowed a lot of people to rest. Mm-hmm. Rest is such a key component to our team right now, especially if we are a veteran team.
Right.
A lot of dudes who've been dealing with injuries and stuff like that was able to rest. Like you said, like yesterday on your podcast, you were talking about Drew Brees, how he been working on his arm strength. He probably was never, ever able to work on his arm strength because he was so busy trying to work in the new receivers or get time in with the receivers and stuff like that. But due to this COVID, he was able to work on something I know he'd been working on his nerve for the last couple of years because he was tired of hearing the naysayers say, oh, he lost arm strength. That's why he in a top 5 receiver. That's why he in a top 5 quarterback or something like that. But now he gonna come out there, blaze of glory. Watch how you see him and Sanders connect this year. They ain't gonna know what to do with it.
You're right, bro.
And all that's gonna do is open up the field for Kamara to be even better. And I'm with you 1,000%. Sean Payton needs to rely way more on that run game because we actually got 2 speeds running back. People don't look at your boy. What his name is? Number 28. I'm sorry, I had a brain freeze right there.
Oh, you talking about the
running back?
Latavius Murray.
Yeah. People don't look at Latavius Murray as a speed back. You forgot that man running 4.3.
I didn't know that. I didn't know he was that full.
That man run a 4.3, 4.4. That's why when you see him break away, nobody catch him.
I know you got another gift.
Yeah, he is a big fast back. So think about it. That's another weapon that you could use. That's a big fast bruising back that would tear down the defense, that will allow Kamara to do what he do, such as like turn a 5-yard screen pass play into a 90-yard touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to use the weapons that you got to beat up the defense. Make them think. Make them throw the defensive coordinator into a loop when he playing us. But it's up to Sean Payton to let the defensive coordinator do what he do.
Hey, you're absolutely right. We coming down to it, man. That's the fantastic thing I really do like about the fact that the Saints are seeing some of these issues, the slot position. With this current wide receiver, the linebacker situation, he basically filling in for what Kiko Alonso would have been had he was not hurt, basically where A.J. Klein was. So we see a lot of stuff, man, that they're going to improve upon. And you're right. The injuries is a part of it. That's why there's we see the wide receiver here. We see the linebacker. I wouldn't say he's insurance, more so that this guy is an impact guy is coming here to start. So the Saints are saying, listen, we can't let anything stop us from winning the Super Bowl, including injuries. And that's what, and they need to push to the cornerback position, because I'm with you. The Saints should look at getting another veteran cornerback. If Logan Ryan's out there, see about getting him. If Everson Griffin, we know he's out there, see about giving those. That should be the talks that should be communications right now to solidify those positions, because I do not want to rely on a rookie. I want to have that position solved, because pass rush, especially when you talk about defensive end and pass rushing, that's something you damn sure don't want to play with. You want to make sure that you have the right guys there putting pressure on them, because that pays off in the playoffs, especially if you have enough pass rushers you can circulate. You can kind of, regulate their minutes and their snappage to keep them fresh during the season, so you can have them late into the season and into the playoffs where we're going to need them the most.
That's it, because now, think about it. If we solidify that pass rush, if we go get a Clowney or a Griffin, that would be I would love to put Griffin more at the tackle spot than at the end part, because then now you're talking about Davenport and Jordan at the end. Now you got Rankins and Griffin coming up the middle. Mm-hmm. Now when you talk about a quarterback going from having a 3-step route, having 3 seconds back there, now you're cutting it half to a second and a half. Mm-hmm. Now he's gonna start throwing sloppy. Now you're gonna throw up your interception rates. Everything else go up. The defensive rating go up tremendous amount, because once we get that pressure on that quarterback, everything else change. You look at all the great defense, such as, remember, the Legion of Boom, or even the Dallas defense or the San Francisco defense. Once you get that pressure on that quarterback, the whole defense will change, because now everybody's aggressive. You play tight. The cornerbacks play tighter, because they know that the quarterback only got 3 seconds to make his move. That means I can play tighter on the receiver. Now I can take more chances, because I know that ball gonna come out quicker, and that gonna give me an opportunity of having a turnover or stop it on 4th down or 3rd down play. Right. So I would love for us to get a con. Con need to go ahead and bring himself down, because he's not gonna get no $10, $15 million for no 1 year or 3 year deal. He's not gonna get that, because his production, even though he do great on the run, they look at him as he should be, for his speed and his size, he should be getting to the quarterback a lot better. But if he could bring himself down to that $4-5 million just for 1 year, I think we should make a move to go get him, put him in the rotation, and he got that type of speed and that size. He can actually cover. He got that speed and size that he can actually step back and cover and be able to cover a tight end on a short play.
Right.
And that would throw the defense off again. But as long as we keep making moves that we do, because I love that move that we got that linebacker Nigel Bradham. Right. I love that move. I truly love that move. That move is great. And then how you were talking about that other receiver, that's an under the cover, under the blanket type move that people don't realize how significant it's gonna be to our season. Because you bring in a veteran receiver to teach some young boys how to play.
Yeah, and that's absolute truth, bro. Like we covered it early on. Remember, both of these guys are playoff champions.
Yes.
Both of these guys played on Super Bowl teams, whether it was Fowler back in with Denver in Super Bowl 50 or a few years back with Philadelphia and Nigel Bradham. You know, three
Yeah.
Philadelphia Eagles, whether it's Malcolm Jenkins, Bradham, and now, you know, and then you have Patrick Robinson, all a part of that Eagles Super Bowl team, now helping the Saints defense. So it's it's an attitude to the Saints defense that's intriguing, man. So you're absolutely right on that, Kevin.
Exactly. I love it. I truly love it. You know what I'm saying? I just want to say I truly appreciate you having to have this broadcast going on for not just the Saints fans that's back home in Louisiana, but for all those who are around, who is spread around, you know, due to Katrina, due to other things that we don't have the platform to talk about it, because whenever our Saints fans is everywhere else, unfortunately we have to listen to their fans. You know what I'm saying? In case some of us move to Florida, we got to hear about Tampa Bay or Miami or Jacksonville or something like that, or we got to hear about Texas or Chicago or something like that. But to have the social media such as on YouTube like that, to be able to listen to our team, you know, people who love our team, a Saints team, who are a Super Bowl caliber team, that we should have had several Super Bowls if it wasn't for injury, bad calls, or whatever. Drew Brees should be considered as one of the GOATs, you know, due to if it wasn't for the bad play. And one thing I have this argument and stuff like that. They always talk about who is better, let's say Drew Brees or Tom Brady. If I believe this is a fact, out of all the years Tom Brady played in New England, only one time he did not have a top 10 defense. That is significant.
Yeah, that's pretty phenomenal.
That is significant to see, because you think about how many games that Drew Brees won when the defense gave up.
Yeah, for a while, Drew Brees' the Saints defense wasn't hitting on nothing. It wasn't until, you know, you remember after the Super Bowl games and they had the Bounty Gates, and then it was a succession of 79 years that occurred before the Saints bounced back and then hit that 11-win season and then had two back-to-back 13s. The defense was in shambles, especially when Rex Ryan was here and they were going through all that. They didn't know what they were going to play, a 3-4. Then they went through a schematic change to a 4-3. The type of defenses they were trying to play, they didn't have the personnel for it. It was just it was a disaster. You know, they didn't have the proper coverage people. They needed corners. They need athletic linebackers. And really over the last 3 or 4 years, you really started to see the Saints focus on getting linebackers, not only just regular linebackers, but guys that can do it both. They had getting these athletic guys. Case in point, every year for the last 4 years, the Saints had a linebacker coming in here. You got Demario Davis, who came in here. He was the quintessential excellent linebacker who never has to lead the field. And then the Saints, of course, drafting well with the linebacker position with Zach Bond, expecting big things from him. Alex Anzalone plays well when he was there. A.J. Klein, as limited as he was in pass protection, he was effective in as far as the running, run attack is concerned. So, I mean, the Saints bringing in guys, and then Nigel Bradham represents one of those fantastic dual linebackers that never have to leave the field. So it's definitely we definitely trended up on the defensive side. And the last 2 years, you start to see the defense really winning the games and stepping up, winning the games. And being that, we watched the Saints, I've been watching Saints for over 30 years, and I must say that very rarely did you see the Saints hitting on all cylinders with all three levels of the team, special teams, offense, or defense. The offense is number the top 5 in the league. It's going to be again this year. The defense should be a top 10 unit this year. The special teams are a top 10 unit as well. So you hitting on all cylinders right here. You're hitting on all cylinders, which means any phase of the team could help you win. And if they all play together on any given Sunday, it's demolishment. It's annihilation for anybody standing before us. We just have to get on the same page.
That's true. That is absolutely true. Because if you think about it, if you go back in your history, only 2 times that we had when the offense and defense were both within the top 5 or top 10, and I mean like the defense was 6 or 7. The year that we won the Super Bowl and the year that the call. Those 2 years we had a great offense and a great defense.
Yep.
And when you think about that, that should be more positive on any Saints fan. If we ever could beat that thing called the injury bug, sky's the limit. The injury bug causes us more problems than anything because we always wind up having the worst injuries during the worst times, like towards the end of the year. That's why I love for us when we have our bye week towards the second half of the season. We have our bye week during the second half of the season. That doesn't feel like that'd be like the perfect rest for them players who have the knick-knack injuries, allow them to heal up and allow them to get better for the long run, for the playoff run when it really start getting grimy and rough. But if we truly able to excuse me, to help on our players on their nutrition and stuff, to keep them healthy during this grind type of season, because this season is gonna be real grimy now. I'm talking about this season is gonna be real rough and grimy because a lot of people feel like a lot of players right now is towards this tail end of the season. Like a lot of your great players is towards the twilight. So they're hungry for that last championship. And when you got a lot of players hungry for the last championship, trying to prove something such as like a Tom Brady, who I believe Tampa Bay is overrated. They got all that hype, but they're like over. They almost like Tampa Bay is almost to me feel like. You remember when was that 2010? And I'm just gonna switch over to basketball. Like 2010, when all the players from the Celtics went to the Nets, and everybody was talking about they had a great super team and other great team, but they was overhyped.
Right.
They was overhyped. That's why I feel like Tampa Bay. They're getting all this work. They're getting all this hype. But once Tom Brady walk into the NFC South and get punched in the mouth by joining them, he gonna realize I should have stayed up there in New England. He about to get a rude awakening that he never seen before. Because I'm sorry, nobody hit like us. The only division that really hit like us is the AFC North. That's up there with Baltimore and all. That's the only division that hit like us. We hit. When you come down there to the South, believe me, you gonna taste that wood.
Right.
You gonna taste it.
Yeah, we put some pain on the statue, man, because he can't move back there. And the offensive line, they've done some terrific jobs in terms of trying to address some of the needs of the Tristan Wilf is a lineman they drafted that's pretty good as a tackle, but you're going to need help to keep pass rush, especially like the Saints off of Tom Brady. Can't go anywhere. And we got to just put some pressure on him. And we got to do the same with Teddy Bridgewater. And we got Matt Ryan. You know how Cam do with Matt. Nobody sacked Matt Ryan more than Cam Jordan did. So, I mean, that's not going to stop anytime soon. But you're absolutely right. It's a bit overblown, and that's fine because it takes the pressure off the Saints. And you're right about you're right about the aspect of the health. But also remember that the Saints changed medical personnel. They got a the trainer. First time in 20 years they made a trainer. So we got a new trainer there. Going to bring some more in futuristic kind of care and moves to that team. So it's quite the challenge because of a lot of things the team is dealing with, what most teams are dealing with. But just like Coach Payton said during the interview, he said that whoever deals with it best is going to have the most success. So that's what it's about.
Yeah, I want to ask you one small question. How do you feel about if we would go after, because it just came out, I think right before you did your podcast today, it just came out that they gave Antonio Brown an 8-game suspension. How you feel about like maybe trying to pick him up? How you would feel about that?
I would be against it because I don't think he fits what we're doing here. I think the Saints, in terms of what they have, maybe if we didn't have a guy like Emmanuel Sanders, I would consider it. But the Saints have Sanders. They have a lot of talented wide receivers. The fact that they just signed Bennie Fowler yesterday is not saying that they can't look at Antonio Brown. Now that, they've given him an 8-game suspension, that means that whatever teams were looking at for him to get that might have been keeping him away from him, They know what he's dealing with, and they can sign him and wait for him to fulfill his 8 say. He's a terrific talent. Don't get me wrong. He's an excellent wide receiver. He's a master route runner. He's very elusive. He's just a dangerous wide receiver. But I don't think he fits with what the Saints are trying to do, to be honest with you. They were looking at him last year. That would have been a solid move, but he could not even keep the team gave him certain things, told him, don't bring a camera crew, and he comes with a camera crew. That type of stuff, if you're looking for a job. We know you're a millionaire and all right, but you ain't trying to be an entrepreneur. You're trying to be an employee. So if you're trying to be an employee and an employer tell you don't bring your camera to it, that gives a bad first impression on them, because perhaps they could have looked at signing them. It's like we told this guy to do something simple like keep your camera crew home, and he comes with a camera crew. We don't need that.
That is true. And last thing, one thing about I do love Sean Payton, but as a dictator, if he wants certain ways in his camp,
right,
he wants a certain way in his camp. He does not allow no disrespect at all. So somebody like that, I would think that. I totally agree with you on that, because I was on the fence with that. Cause I was just looking at the talent and stuff, but I also was thinking that I don't think he was. I was thinking like he probably wouldn't play that game so much with such a strong coach. Like with Belichick, he didn't play that with Belichick. Belichick was a strong coach. Sean Payton is a strong coach. You know what I'm saying? Mike Thomas is a strong coach, but Mike Thomas tried to be too player friendly. So that's why he feel like he got away with that. But somebody like Sean Payton is a strong bro. But I totally agree with we got way enough talent, untapped talent at the receiver spot. Plus we got so many dual threats, such as like you say, a Taysom Hill, who could actually be a number 2 receiver if he wanted to. Or like who's that boy, Montgomery, who could definitely be a great receiver. We got so many people in the receiver spot, we don't even think about it. But I just put that question out there because he's such a great talent. You cannot ignore him. He's such a great talent, but just unfortunately, his attitude and his mindset is stopping him from achieving the goals that he should be easily be able to attain. And it's a sad part to see a brother like that with all that talent and all that potential. His attitude is stopping the potential, stopping his greatness in effect. So I just wanted to put that question out there. That's all.
Yeah, you're looking at that, bro, and I think, I think you're right, man. I think you're right on that. But I look at the team as a whole and what they're attempting to do, because we know what the direction of where they're going. But ultimately, what I wanted to see, what was the overall mindset of them, this unified mindset, and we seen a little bit of it yesterday. Of course, when yesterday's show, we covered the fact Drew was throwing 50-yard balls that shut down a lot of people. They said, "Well, I'd rather see," and then it built up to the fact that Teron Armstead was also saying that we a Super Bowl or bust, and that was also being echoed by Cam Jordan. So you have 3 of the team's leading team leaders, Cam Jordan, Teron Armstead, and then Drew Brees, all looking in the same direction. They know Drew, the finality of the situation. They know they have the talent. Even the foes know the Saints are deep from top to bottom. They have the best assistant coaches in the league. Their system is on point. They're going to be able to sling the ball around the field. They have weapons everywhere with Emmanuel Sanders, Taysom Hill, Mike Thomas, all these fanciful weapons. Elvin Kamara, Jared Cook, you threw Troutman in there with Hill, and Ty Montgomery is in a mixture along with Latavius Murray. And then you're looking at the defense and everything that they can bring. So once again, everybody know the Saints are deep, and you just have to prove it on the field and to come out and take care of each game one at a time.
That's true. Let me tell you something. On this day, I was looking at our team on the shot start. Let me tell you something. A lot of people, another great undercard pickup with Jameis Winston. A lot of people is looking at that boy as a turtle machine. I think of Jameis Winston as almost being in that class of, you remember, Doug Williams and Steve Young. You remember in the beginning of their career, they was on some trash teams, and people thought they was wasted talent, but once they got to a great coach such as Doug Williams with Gibbs, and Steve Young went behind Joe Montana and Steve Walsh, Look at how they changed their career. I think Jameis Winston is that type of talent. He is studying behind one of the greatest, to me, one of the greatest one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. The only quarterback I would put above Drew Brees, honestly, is Joe Montana. Joe Montana was a GOAT. To me, he is the GOAT. 4-0, he is the GOAT. But Drew Brees is right behind him. And somebody with that mind like that, he going to learn how to not only learn how to read the defense, but how to how to choose wisely what receiver to throw to. And you think about it, when Jameis Winston was in Tampa Bay, how many different coaches he went through? How many different systems?
Oh, man.
And still was throwing, and still producing the way he was producing.
Right.
That means his talent is there. He just didn't have no guidance. When you don't have no guidance there, you can have all the talent in the world, but if your guidance not there and it's not nobody there to be able to teach you the game. He had the talent to play the game, but you need somebody to be able to teach you the game of football, to be able to see things before it happens, to be able to foresee something before it actually happened. And that's what Sean Payton and Drew Brees going to do to that young man. And I believe to a wild doubt, that's our quarterback for the future. That's why he wanted to come there, because he knows that, let me tell you something, if I get behind a great coach and a great quarterback who don't mind teaching me how to play this game, my talent is going to go to the next level.
Well,
that's what I truly believe.
You make a great point. I love that comparison that you put out there when you made mention of the fact that Steve Young sat behind Joe Montana for years. He sat behind him for a couple of years and then learned the game from Joe Montana. Ultimately, he took over the team, won a championship on his own. So I mean, that's a really great comparison to make, because Jameis Winston has the talent. You're absolutely right. He does have the talent. And he was putting up big numbers last year, over 5,000 yards, 30 touchdowns. Problem is he had 30 interceptions. But if he would have cut the interceptions in half and threw 30 touchdowns with 5,000 yards and 15 interceptions, he would have got the deal that Carolina was looking at. He would have gotten that Carolina deal over Teddy Bridgewater. But the reality is, a lot of people in the Saints, in the Great Saint Think Tank and the Who Dat Nation, don't like Jameis Winston because he was a Tampa Bay Buccaneers and he did a lot of dysfunctional, crazy stuff to the Saints, which made us not like him that much. And I get a lot of people not seeing it, but he's never sat behind a Hall of Fame quarterback who not only a Hall of, he's not like a Brett Favre, who Aaron Rodgers said when he sat behind him, he didn't teach him a damn thing. That was what Rodgers said about Favre. Didn't teach me nothing. But Drew Brees is different. Drew Brees is the reason why Taysom Hill is good. Drew Brees is the reason why Teddy Bridgewater did what he did and got on. And for me not to say that he can't do for Jameis what he did for Teddy Bridgewater, and then the rejuvenation of the reinvention of a Taysom Hill would be asinine. It would be absolutely asinine. So if he's genuine, and he's sitting back there and he's saying, I'm going to sit here and soak up the game and learn from Drew Brees, because he helped Teddy, who, by the way, I always say this to the Great Saint Think Tank and Who Dat Nation, that it was Jameis and Teddy are friends. They're from the same state. And he was the reason why Jameis is in New Orleans, because Teddy Bridgewater told him to go there and do that. So I expect him to be a lot better than what he was. And we're not and the thing is, I'm not expecting a man to improve by 50%. I'm saying that if he can get 25% better than what he was last year, that is a big deal for Jameis Winston, who was a starting quarterback with 5 years of experience, won a national championship 5 years ago out of Florida State, first overall draft pick, and can make all the throws. His things is what you're looking at. So, I mean, this is a system where you see quarterbacks get better. This is a quarterback-friendly system. If Luke McClown can get up there several seasons ago and throw and take over the Saints in the Carolina game and throw for over 400 yards and whatever, three or four touchdowns, whatever it was, they barely lost because the defense didn't do what they're supposed to do. It's a quarterback-friendly system, so Jameis Winston will excel in it.
Yes. And I agree with you 1,000%. I agree with you 1,000%. Like, I love, we might catch lightning in a bottle again because the same narrative was on Drew Brees.
Mm-hmm.
Miami is still killing itself today that they picked Dante Culpepper over Drew Brees. They're killing themselves for that because, let me tell you something, the thing that you want the most is the person who you want the most on your team, the one who's hungry. Like, people, think about it. Cam Newton and Jameis Winston was humbled. They was humbled. They was number one draft picks, and then to the point that nobody didn't want to pick them up. So it was a last option. They was humbled. So when you get somebody who basically won all their lives from a young age all the way to the pros, you have success in the pros, then all of a sudden everything, like you follow the quicksand, everything could go wrong against you, went wrong against you. Boom, 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 boom. And then I did the point that you was humble in a way that, God, nobody don't want me. I might be out the league after being a number one draft pick. I might be considered as a bust. Man, there is that is the point, right? That's the crossroad where you go to either I'm going to strive for greatness, I'm going to fall down to the gutter. And I think them two right now, Cam Newton and Jameis Winston, is want to strive for greatness because they want to produce a legacy. They want to be in such a way that my name is mentioned in the greats. Mm-hmm. And I believe both of them inside a great situation, like two black men, two brothers, and is in a great situation where they could strive for greatness. As long as they keep their mouth closed and their ears open, their eyes and their ears clear and their eyes wide open to see what's going on and learn the game of football and learn how to be the humble, hard worker, achieve the best in football. Let me tell you something. All they're gonna be is great for the Saints because if we got him as quarterback who is hungry and who want to achieve greatness, we have another quarterback for another 15 years that we ain't got to worry about. Because think about it, he's only 25. He's only 25, 26 years old. That's still a young boy. That's a child. And people keep forgetting that. People forgetting, oh, Lord, James Winston, he was dumb. He did a bunch of stupid stuff. That's a child. How many things that we did as a child, age 21, 22, 23 years old, that we could go back and change?
Yeah, that's the point.
All that type of money. That's a young boy. That's a boy.
That's a point. That's the point, Kevin, because that's true. You got to look at the age. Sometimes we don't. Sometimes we forget the age and we expect them to hold themselves as a professional do, but some of them don't. A lot of them don't. A lot of the players come from poor backgrounds, and when they get some money, they don't know how to act. And then if you're in position like Jameis was when he was a guy, the first overall draft pick, his head big. He just won a national championship, walks into the NFL, first overall draft pick. There's nobody in Tampa Bay that could tell Jameis Winston nothing about the QB position. He's the franchise star. That's not the role he'll play in New Orleans. He'll be a backup trying to catch what he was missing the 5 years in Tampa Bay. What's the key to the game that I've been missing? Is what Jameis Winston is here for. What did Teddy get from Drew that I want to get from Drew so I can get that $60 million contract? So no doubt about it, Jameis Winston is in a driver's seat for the backup position for the futuristic role with the quarterback is concerned. If Drew steps away from the game, like he said, and goes to talk about it on television, Jameis Winston comes right in there. He can compete with a Taysom Hill for the QB position. And, of course, Taysom will still be here. The team will still be loaded. You'll still have Emmanuel Sanders with a year left on the deal. You'll have the entire offensive line will still be together. The defense will still be plugging away. So, I mean, you still right now the Saints window of is still open as far as the talented team is concerned. And even if Drew steps away, they still have Super Bowl aspirations because they will be one of the most sought after teams for any high profile quarterback who want to sit in that QB's chair that want to take that ride to the Super Bowl. We talking about whether it's Aaron Rodgers or whoever it is on the other side who might be interested in the job if Drew steps away. We know this past season it was Tom Brady. Tom Brady revealed that he was waiting to see what Drew Brees was going to do with the Saints. Had Drew retired, Tom Brady was going to make a trek to New Orleans. He revealed that. He said, I was watching the Drew Brees to see what he was going to do. And when Drew chose New Orleans, Tom went to Tampa Bay for the same money, for the same amount of time. 2 years, $50 million. 2 years, $50 million. Same money.
Let me tell you something. People talk about New Orleans. People don't give New Orleans the type of credit that we is. But honestly, if you think about it, New Orleans is probably the premier team in the South, in the Gulf Coast. There is no team that attracts we attract 4 states. Think about it. Louisiana, Arkansas, Mississippi, and half of Alabama all root for the Saints. So we got that type of support for the team, and you feel that support. Any player who played for the Saints, they're talking about they felt that love and support of that, and makes them want to do better. So I understand why Tom Brady was thinking about coming to the Saints, because if you think about it, how many years we used to practice with New England, so he knows our system.
Oh,
He knows our system.
Listen, he comes here, man. Listen, regardless if it's Drew sitting at the top or it's time. Listen, the next couple of years is Super Bowl runs, whether it's Drew at the helm or not. We're gonna attract the top quarterbacks here. There won't be a drafting of no quarterback. You know, we're looking at Taysom, but you got to also remember Jameis is also a factor. But there is a quarterback that'll be in free agency next season that's on somebody else's team that's going to look at the Saints and say, listen, I want to be a Saint. Y'all got it together. I want to be with that. I want to be in that number. That's happened this past year with a lot of people interested. Emmanuel Sanders could have took a more expensive deal elsewhere. He came here. And then several other people did the same thing because they realized what the Saints are working with. So this is a deep team as well. Give me just a second, Kevin. We got another call on the line. What's going on, family? Thank you for calling the Great Saint Think Tank. Who's on the line?
What's up, Q? This 985 Live, man. What's going on?
Oh, how you doing, my brother? Good to hear from you tonight, my bro. I got Kevin just ahead of you. As soon as Kevin finished, then I'll get you in there, bro. But good to hear from you.
Yes, sir. All right.
All right, Kev. Go ahead, my brother. Make your final statement there, Kev. And we're going to get 985 Live in there, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I was just about to say that. Look, I want to give my Who Dat brothers, whoever want to get in there, come on the station, you know, speak your mind, speak your heart, because I want everybody to receive the love that I receive. But I just want to thank you for allowing me to speak my heart, speak my mind. I truly appreciate speaking Saints football with you. I am Pelican fan to the fullest. I love our team as well. I truly love everything about Louisiana, New Orleans, man. And let me tell you something. You have a supporter for life, bro. I will keep on supporting you. I will keep supporting everything that you do and everything that you achieve to do, bro. And I wish nothing for the best for you and your family, man. Stay during these trying times, brother. I do appreciate you.
Thank you, Kevin. Same to you, my brother. I appreciate you, brother. Much love to you out there, bro. Thank you for your support, bro. You be safe out there in ATL, bro. We got quite a contingent of dedicated Great Saint Think Tank family and Who Dat Nation out there. So they out there, bro, and strong. So, you know, don't feel alone, bro, because they tune in. There's quite a few family members that tune in the show from ATL. So good to have you one of them, bro.
Yes, sir, bro. Who that? And we're going to win it all this year, baby. Despite the pandemic, we're going to win it all, brother.
That's right. Who that? Kevin, appreciate you, bro. Peace. That's Kevin, man. Appreciate Kevin giving us a call right now. I'm going to bring 985 in just a minute. I'm going to give a shout out to the Great Saint Think Tank family. First, big ups to the family members joining us in the live stream as well. Phoebe, good to see you, Phoebe. Phoebe, who that to you as well. Madge Prime, good to see you as well, family. Who that to you. Lee Wood, chilling in from Manila, the Philippines, in the building, baby. Lee Wood, all the way from the Philippines. Who that's our international Saints family. Good to see you in the live chat there, Lee Wood. Also, big ups to my dog Dada, John Thompson. Who that to you as well, chiming in the live stream. Who else we got here? Mr. Inferno Seabell, who that to your family? Good to see you in the chat. He says we have 4 options in the slot. We need a third outside cornerback. Logan Ryan is a slot cornerback. Thank you for your comment, bro. Official Young Nola. What up, Young Nola? Good to see your family. Good to see you. Who that to your family? Kid Rascal. Who that to your Kid Rascal? Joining the Saint Great Saint Think Tank. DLP. What up, DLP? 2600. How in the hell is Ryan Rapchak not top 50 player, ranked 82nd best player? Really? The bias, hate the Saints players keep getting is beyond me. Thank you. It boggles my mind how really low players outside of Drew Brees was in the top 100. It is absolute. Well, Cam Jordan I can look at the Cam, but in all the Lattimore Ramczyk, that was absolutely ridiculous, man. Come on now. But what you expect? That's why there's a sports coma, because they ain't gonna tell the truth, baby. And remember, that was picked by the players. Now, there wasn't some stinking media members. That was the players only that did that. All right, let's keep it going. Farouk Obasi. What up, Farouk? Good to see you in the chat. Jonathan Wilson. What up, Jonathan Wilson? Good to see you. Donovan Grayson. Much love to you, Donovan. Good to see you. Tyra. What up, Tyra? Who that, baby? Tyra in the building, chilling in Cali. Good to see you, girl. She in the chat. Been thinking about Tyra. I ain't see you. I hope everything going all right with you, baby. Tramal. What up, Tramal? He says we need another defensive end. Tramal in the building. Once again, Gundam 13. What up, fam? Good to see you, Gundam. Kevin Conley as well. Good to see you in the chat, family. He said, Q, you be on your suit and tie game, brother. Get some rest, bro. With the fam. Yeah, bro. I tell you what, bro. I appreciate it, bro. But, you got responsibilities. And I handle my responsibilities with my boys. You often see them, circulating and rotating around me. They come in here. And so they always nearby, bro. I'm family-centric, man. But, I got responsibilities. They understand, bro. And they participate, So I thank you for your sentiment, bro. Nick 504, who that to you, Nick? Good to see you in the chat. Gundam, once again, big up to you. Tanker 12, who that to you? Thank you for joining us in the live stream. Raw Dogs, G Thomas. Good to see you, family. Welcome. Travis Daisy, who that to you? Daniel Williams, who that to you as well? Trey Joseph. It says, preach, call. I hope so. I don't have too much faith in Winston. May turnovers for me, but I like what you're saying. Thank you. Tori Shepard, Big Q says somebody must have blocked me in the chat. Been trying to comment in the chat since Wednesday. Had to create another address to get in the chat. I'm going to have to look that up, bro, because GM Kev had a similar issue with some kind of way he ended up being blocked some kind of way. And I know I ain't do it. I don't know how. I'm going to look into it, bro. But thank you for letting me know that. Rich Kendall, who that to your family? Rich says, O.J. Simpson murdered 2 people. Tell me I'm wrong. I don't know, Rich. He got away with it. I got to say, he must have did it, bro. I don't know. But I remember somebody tell me Al Collins did it. That's why the gloves ain't fit, because it was Al Collins. That's some stuff from a long time ago, but who knows? Let's see, Tori Shepard, once again, like I said, I'm going to look into that. Iceman, who that to you, Iceman? Good to see you as well. Mr. Boombastic, who that to you? Black in Ant, who that to your family? Good to see you as well. Atara says, all is well. Working around my business has been off the chain, but I'm good. Q. Well, just as long as you making it, baby, that's all right with me, Tara. Who that? And I see and Marty Frost, who that's Marty Frost and the rest of the family. So thank you. Appreciate you, 985 Live, for letting me greet the family, bro, and being patient. What's on your mind tonight, my brother?
Yeah, man. I'm a second what Torres said. I was looking at the chat or whatever when he said that, man. I've been trying to come in too. I guess I don't know what happened, but Sunday we was able to comment and stuff. Me and him was talking back and forth or whatever, but on the simulation or whatever. But yeah, man, I logged on yesterday. I'm trying to comment. I'm like, man, hey, Q ain't shout me out or nothing. I'm like, anybody see my comments? And so, yeah, man, I don't know what's going on, but like I said, I wasn't able to comment neither. But I just got one question or whatever, and I'm gonna get off of here, man. I'm heading to work. But my question is, do you think that the Nigel Bradham pickup, man, is how Malcolm Jenkins had something to do with it?
It's tough for you not to even kind of put that one with that together, isn't it? Officially, no, I haven't heard anything about it. But of course, if we hear comments about it, I'm pretty sure reporters, when they get together in the media days, they'll talk to Jenkins about it. But you can't help but to put 1 and 2 together about Jenkins probably having an influence on Nigel Bradham coming here. I wouldn't say that's out of the line of possibility, being they won a championship together in Philadelphia a few years ago. So I wouldn't see that's out of the realm of a possibility that Jenkins could have influenced the Saints to say, hey, listen, go take a look at Nigel. he been sitting up there for a while, and we knew the Saints and free agency were looking at players, and we had Bob Rose on the show from Sports Illustrated, and Bob came in and he was mentioned, and he wrote several articles saying that the Saints should go after Nigel Bradham. So, and I agreed with him. I concurred. And many of the great Saint think tank family members said the same thing, that Bradham is a beast. He's a guy that can help the Saints out, and it was a marriage that should have happened. And fortunately, we got that news yesterday that the Saints made it official in bringing him in here, because his tenacity, he brings an edge, man. I mean, a mean edge to the linebacker position. He plays with a meanness and an intensity. And I just love that aggressiveness, that meanness, and that discipline. He's a hitter. He's a guy that is not afraid to stick his nose in there. He knows what he's looking at. He can play the run and the pass. And that's what I'm saying. Plus, he a champion. He got the right mentality. So, I mean, it's just a really solid move to get him in here, and I'm glad they finally made it happen. But to your question, it's not out of the realm of possibility, 985, that Jenkins could have put the bug in the administrator's ear to go and do it. It wouldn't be a surprise.
Right. Yeah, man. Yeah. I definitely think he might have had something to do with that, man. Because just looking at him playing in Philadelphia and them kind of like, going back and watching the highlights or whatever, like how they be, they high-fiving each other, and you know what I'm saying? So, you don't know how the relationship is or whatever, but, you know what I'm saying? It just, it was kind of surprising, though, because we were looking at, man, like we've been saying, the last couple of weeks or whatever, man, go get Griffin, man, or Clowney, but, man, I tried a good pick up, too. I was telling my partner, he was like, man, did he even start? I'm like, bro, where you been there, bro? Where you been there, bro? You supposed to be like a sports fan, bro. Where you been there, bro? Like, yeah, this man started, bro. It's a good linebacker, man. Oh, I'm going to go look at his highlights or whatever. I said, okay. But, yeah, man, I think it's a good pickup, man. I think the Saints making good moves, man. Like I always say, that bounty gate hurt us, man, with trying to draft and trying to get good players to come down here. After that, man, our season took a nosedive or whatever, and now we kind of like coming back up for air, man, and like I said, I think it's the year, man. If we can get past, the players can get past the COVID and stuff like that or whatever, which it's gonna be something that they're going to be dealing with, I think that it's going to be a good season for the Saints, man.
Oh, I agree with you, bro. I think, we just have to be able to, just stay poised, stay focused on the mission at hand, and we should be able to take care of business big time, man. And it's just that, dealing with the C-19 stuff is the major issue that we have to deal with, and I think that's the top of the top of the chain in terms of, but then again, everybody got to deal with that. So whoever deals with it the best will be the most successful in the outcome. So I have to agree with Coach Payton on that, bro.
Yeah. And I think, what they doing is a good thing because they getting veterans. They not they really in the draft, they didn't really focus on trying to get a lot of players or whatever.
Right.
Because knowing what we was dealing with. So now they trying to fill in with veterans or whatever, the people that know the game already and come in and play. I think that's gonna help us because of the, a lot of guys or whatever, they young, inexperienced, like you were saying yesterday about you was like, man, I don't want to depend on no rookie. And I'm like, man, I know, because we've been getting hammered by the rookies.
Right.
Chauncey Garner, he made a bad play last year, and missed a tackle. Then Marcus Williams took his finger in the man's face mask or whatever and drug him down the field. I'm like, oh. And
that dummy wasn't even a rookie then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And then, the rookie, when he was a rookie, he whiffed and missed the tackle, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, really? Like, come on, bro. Like, at least throw your arm up or something. This dude just ducked like he was like a ballerina or something.
He closed his eyes, put his head down, and launched himself blindly at the man. And then wondering why everything. That's why I have rookie phobia. And many of the great Saint think tank and the Who Dat Nation have rookie phobia. We are afraid of rookies in pressurous situations because we have been mortified and petrified and literally just terrified about what the rookies have been able to do. You mentioned Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. That was a good one, him taking a ridiculous angle to get Kittles. You talk about all of the things that Maurice Williams has done. And it's just we don't need that no more. We just need guys that have been in the fire before who won't break apart when the pressure comes.
Yep, that's true, man. 'Cause like I said, you know, like you always say, man, it got too much pressure on them guys or whatever, and they don't know what to do. It's like they didn't reach their ceiling or whatever, so now they ain't got nowhere else to go. You know, and they trying to figure out what to do, and then you got a lot of these coaches or whatever, man, they've been in the game a long time, so they know how to manipulate these players. You know, they be like, oh, I seen that they college or whatever, and then as soon as the play go off, they don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? They messing up or whatever, or they falling over, like, you know, like Marcus Williams, like, I was just like, bro, that play there just hurt my heart. Like, just, bro, it was just like 10 seconds. I was like, man, we good. Man, I seen that ball go up in the air, and that dude ducked. I said, oh, my God, dog. I'm like, man, my nephew called me. He was like, oh, what just happened? I said, bro, I don't even know. I'm like, I don't even want to talk right now. I'll call you later. Like, bro, I was just hurt. I was like, man, that was just crazy, bro. Like, the man ain't even much, he must throw his arm up to at least try to hit him. You know what I'm saying? He just fell over like somebody hit him with a taser or something. You know, like, I don't get it, bro. But, you know, hopefully, man, I'm just hopeful, man, that this year gonna be better, man. I'm getting more excited as the season, you know, as we get closer. And you know, I'm just ready for some football, man. You know, other sports coming back on, man, but I'm ready for some football. I'm just ready, bro.
Yeah.
I just feel it. I feel it. If it happens, if we get to where we can, where the Saints can play, where we can have a good season, full season, man, the sky's the limit, bro. 'Cause we got a lot of good players, a lot of good talent. You know, they put it all together, man. We're gonna be unstoppable this year.
Yeah, I agree with you, and a lot of the competitors do too. I mean, it's just a matter of them executing, taking one game at a time, and doing what they're supposed to do. I think the only team that can stop the Saints are the Saints. That's when they get out of character, start winging the ball too much, not running the ball, not thinking about being offensively irresponsible by just not honoring and eating the clock, slinging the ball, scoring touchdowns, getting off the field, and rushing the defense on back up to the no. You know, being responsible, eating the clock up, you know, taking chunk drives, 5 to 8 minute drives off the clock, allowing the defense to rest so they can be impactful. Stuff like that has to be considered too when you're the coach, to run a balanced team and keep your personnel as safe as possible as you head into the playoffs, because that's when it's work. We've obviously I'm not expecting us to just, you know, go in there and just knock over teams, period, because we are prone to error. We are prone to show up and lose a game or two here or there to an opponent that we would consider inferior to us overall. But overall, the Saints have to stay focused and know that the mission is ahead of them is to win the bowl in Drew Brees' final season. So, you know, I'm excited too, bro. I'm excited too as we get closer and closer. So you ain't alone by yourself with that, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, I'm going to get off of here, man. I'm going to try to get back on the chat, man, and read everything and watch the rest of the show. But
bro, you should be.
I ain't gonna be able to come.
No, you should be all right, bro. Shoot a text comment in there while you was talking. I went over some settings, looked around, and your name was up in there. I didn't see Tory in there, but I remember Scoob had an issue several shows ago when his phone was tripping on him, and he might have mistakenly kind of censored a few people. You know, a few days ago. So I didn't see I ain't see Torres' name in there, but I did see your name was in there. So it was a mistake that was made, but you should be all right.
Yeah, tell Torres, man. Hey, man. Who you said it was? That phone was tripping.
Yeah, Scoob had an issue with his phone a few shows back.
Hey, tell Scoob, bro, his phone got the COVID, bro. Come on, man. You gotta get that straight. Take him to the doctor, man. Yeah, man. But I'm gonna get out of here, man. I appreciate you allowing me to call in, man, and voice my opinion. And I definitely appreciate what you do, man, and that's why I support the show the way I do. I just want to say, man, continue to be blessed, man, and safe out there, man, and I'm going to do the same, bro.
Thank you, 985, man. I appreciate your support, my brother. Much love to you and Yearns, bro. And I'm going to keep going strong for you and the family members, bro, and keeping it real, baby. That's all I can do, baby. You understand, baby? That's all I can do, baby. And I'm going to keep doing it, baby.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you, baby. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Who that to
All
you,
right,
bro?
man,
Be safe, bro.
All right, you too.
All right, that was 985 Live chiming in there, man. And I appreciate the love, the family members. I appreciate y'all, man. Big ups to y'all and your support for being here, man. I consider it an honor to sit before you and talk about football with your family. And without you, this show would not be a damn thing. I'd be sitting up here talking to myself. I'd just be sitting up here looking lonely, I'll be talking lonely to myself, baby. Anyway, who that to the rest of the family members chiming in. Chemo, good to see your family. Chemo Slice in the building. Superstar Louisiana boy, who that to you. Adrian in the building as well. Good to see her in the chat, chiming in as well. Let's see who else we got there. Marty, I gave a shout out to you, Marty. Who that to you, Marty Frost, baby. Who that to you? Revolt, my dog Revolt. What up, Revolt? Good to see you, my man. In the chat as well, chiming in from ATL, Georgia. So good to see Revolt chiming in as well. Rich Kendall says, honestly, I don't want to know if the Saints fans' concerns are what I think they should be from AFC side of the fence. Okay. All right. Primal Grodine says Detroit Lions. Rich, let's see who else. Mr. Boombastic, of course, is chiming in there. Lee Wood says, Q, go easy on McCown. I went to high school with his parents. All right, Lee, I'm gonna lay off. I had a snafu. I called him, man. I meant to say Luke McCown, but McClown just rolls off the tongue. I don't know. But I go easy on him, Luke. Thank you, Lee. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you. All right, Byron. What up, Byron? Good to see my boy Byron in the chat. Once again, good to see you, my brother. Appreciate you. And the rest of the family members chiming in as well. Inevitable. Good to see you in the chat as well. Okay. 985 says, I'm good. Okay. All right. Good to see your family as well. I didn't see you in there, Tori. I don't know what's going on with you, my brother. What's your name, bro? I ain't see you in there. I'm going to go ahead and look again and check it out. I mean, I try to stay on top of things. I got help. A lot of people helping, but you know how I go. All right. Let me see. Inevitable. Mr. Boombastic said couldn't work. He did not want to wait. We could have kept paying loads for him. All right, family. But yeah, that's the great point about it is the Saints did add a very talented linebacker in Nigel Bradham, who in my opinion will vie for one of the three linebacker positions not currently occupied by Demario Davis of Alex Anzalone. This is Kiko Alonso's position, in my opinion, because Kiko Alonso probably won't be available until deep into the season. I think the Saints will probably put him on the IR list. And being that they removed the restrictions, you could pull, I forgot how many of them off the IR list going into the season. So the Saints could definitely kind of not rush Kiko Alonso back. They damn sure don't need to rush him back right now. They can have him to kind of wait there and just be a quality linebacker depth. Which is good, because we need those. We definitely need that linebacker position depth when you're dealing with a guy like Alex Anzalone. You have Zach Bowen there. With his addition, we can see him more as a reserve player and then use as a situational pass rusher like Wisconsin used him last year, which we don't know how young Zach Bowen could turn out. He can be. Hopefully he has a kind of a Von Miller effect to him. Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be nice that Zach Bowen comes in and has a Von Miller-esque type feel to him? You know what I mean? Because Von Miller, they call him a defensive end. Early on when he was playing, they had him listed as a defensive end, but we all knew he was a linebacker playing defensive end. And he would beat those guys like they stole something around that edge every time. But it would be intriguing if we can see Zach Bowen like Von Miller. Think about that. Well, he'll get an opportunity, no doubt about it, to prove what he can do. You know, we'll see exactly what he can do. But that's a role most certainly that I could see him occupying this upcoming season. I still say veteran linebacker, and I agree with a lot of the family members on Griffin. I still see that the Saints need to go after a veteran defensive back, even though I do like Dietrich Nichols, the former XFL player. I do like him. He's a bit undersized. But, you know, there is guys like Denard ended up going to the Falcons a few days ago. Fitzpatrick is still out there. So he's an interesting big cornerback, 6'2". Either one of these guys are additions over everything behind Chauncey Gardner-Johnson at the third cornerback position. So whether they go that route, you still got Talib out there. You have what's his name? Morris Claiborne, the former LSU player that can come in. So it's a very loaded free agency. I mean, it's just special. Then, of course, August the 4th is coming, and then you'll see a droppage of almost 300 players by August the 4th into the free agency wire, and you'll see some moves being made, like you've seen the Saints making moves as soon as they could make moves. As soon as everything was settled, the Saints brought 2 guys in here. Not the guys we thought they were going to bring, because I was like, man, as soon as they get an opportunity to sign somebody, they should be looking at Griffin or Clowney, according to the rumors. Obviously, those rumors we'll see where they're going with this. They signed those 2 guys to the squad, according to what they were saying, to replace the 2 tight ends who opted out of the season. But they could still sign a guy, a free agent, and bring him in here and ultimately end up cutting another player to justify their signing. So this has happened. It's happened before. It'll continue to happen again. So we'll see how it shakes, man. We'll definitely see how it shakes as well. Rich Kendall says people ain't even going to put Clyde on their fantasy. I don't know who we're not going to put Clyde Edwards-Helaire on their fantasy team, but if they don't, they tripping. Clyde Edwards-Helaire going to get every piece of the ball now that Williams opted out, you know. And I know they got other backers there, but you don't take a guy with a first-round pick, even though it was at the back of the draft. It's basically a second-round pick at that point to come in there. But Clyde fits that team like a glove, man. He does. He goes from Burrow to Mahomes. And trust and believe, Andy Reid's going to use Clyde Edwards-Helaire like he used McCoy when they were Philadelphia. I'm telling you, you're going to see. You're going to use him that's what he drafted him. That's what he was thinking about. Man, that's McCoy all over again. So Clyde Edwards-Helaire is going to be big, man. I was wanting the Saints to get him. But the Saints had to retrofit or future fit their offensive line because the Minnesota Vikings tore them up. But we'll see, man. Pay attention, 26. Who that to you, fam? Good to see you in the chat as well. Big ups to you. Mark Dykes, good to see you, Mark, in the chat as well. John Thompson said Talib might come cheap. I think so. I think he definitely comes cheap. And boy, could you not imagine having Talib here as a nickel? Then you push Chauncey Gardner-Johnson to a dime? I mean, you would be deep. And the purpose of it is if any issues arise where you having issues with injuries from the cornerbacks, there'll be none of that kind of stuff. You've just positioned yourself very well and will have the deepest secondary in the entire NFL in terms of your cornerbacks go. If you had Talib here, and he's right now, he'll be your nickel back, but he will be the guy, the first guy in if injury occurs to any one of your cornerbacks, you know. And then the nickel will be perfect for him as well. Then you can cycle Chauncey Gardner-Johnson in wherever you need him to play, whether it's at safety or cornerback. You know, you can give those guys more rest and all that kind of stuff. It just works out, man. It does. I like the because you got to think about it. If we could fit our teams with guys like a Talib and the rest of these characters, and we bring these veterans in, could you not imagine how further down the line the Saints could be? You can't go wrong with a veteran that been through it. You can't go wrong. And I would rather have him than Patrick Robinson sitting up there on the team. I'm just keeping it real with you. Patrick Robinson getting what, $2.5 million? You don't think Talib will take $2 million, $3 million to come on the team as a cornerback? You got to be looking at stuff like that if you're the Saints. You can't sit up here and honestly look at your roster and say to yourself at night, what do we need to do on the deal? We done did this to the offensive line. We done add wide receivers. What do we need to do now? First and foremost, if you're asking me, you need to look at another fullback. You need to find a better fullback than what we got, because I'm not impressed with any one of those guys, whether it's Burton or Ortiz. I'm not impressed with the fullbacks. That's the weakest spot on the team. And it's been the first time in a long time since we haven't had a pretty decent fullback, because we were used to having guys like Zach Line, Mike Carney, Heath Evans, and so on and so forth. We had really good fullbacks that can double as tight ends, who can catch the ball out the backfield. But this is the first time we have a guy like Mike Burton and Ortiz, and these guys are not the guys. That's why I was pushing for for Derek Washington to occupy, to say, you know what, coach, I don't know if the Saints keep 4 running backs on the roster this year. If you got Kamara, you got Latavius Murray, Ty Montgomery, why would you need to keep a 4th running back there? I don't see why would you. Well, Dwayne Washington's a special teamer, Q. Yeah, but that's fine. But he would be even more solid. He would solidify his position even so much so if he was able to go to the coach and say, listen, I want to learn how to be a fullback. Coach, I'm transitioning to a fullback. You're going to be a fullback? Yeah, I'm going to be a fullback / your backup running back and special teamer. Now you think a position is football. That's 3 jobs guaranteeing you a roster spot. So Dwayne Washington, you need to listen to Big Q on this one. Learn how to be a fullback. I've already seen him block. He already run. The guy averages 5 or 6 yards per carry. He'll be athletically more talented than either one of those guys. Plus, he knows the system. If you mean to tell me you can't take a page from the Taysom Hill playbook and learn several different positions and be effective, if Taysom Hill didn't tell you or show your ass anything, he should have teach you how you can be more versatile to keep a job in New Orleans. I guarantee you. If they say we ain't keeping 4 running backs, Dwayne says, well, I can study, I can play. And it would be a really good move, I think, for him to stick and stay with the team. All right, let's keep it going here in the chat. Rich says, no, we took him. We got him in KC. I will barbecue fight you. Oh, man, that KFC barbecue real good too, baby. I was up there, last year? And had got some barbecue from, I forgot the name of the place. Band, what's it called? Well, I can't think about it. He gonna know who I'm talking about. Bandanas, I think. I won't say the people name. It was pretty good, Bandana. The guy told me that wasn't the best one, but that wasn't bad. That was pretty good. All right. To be honest with you, the best barbecue I ever had was in Memphis. I went up to Memphis, and my mama makes some of the great, really excellent barbecue. You know what I'm saying? But I went to Memphis, baby, and I went to a mom and pop, baby, and sat down, baby. It was right up the street, baby, from Elvis Presley, baby. Right up the street from him, baby, in the little strip mall. It was a mom and pops, baby. I went down there, baby. And they asked me, baby, you want slaw with your barbecue, baby? And I looked at the lady, baby. I said, slaw. I say, slaw, baby, you gonna put slaw on that, baby? No, baby, put the slaw on the side, baby. But it was good, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. All right, Kirkpatrick. Thank you, Kevin. Appreciate you, bro. Thank you for that. Mark says Sean needs to commit to the running game so he can bring those safeties in and help Drew out. I ain't mad at you on that one either, bro. Byron said, I would like to see Saints get Talib or Claiborne, Ryan, Patrick, Fitzpatrick. It's Kirkpatrick. And cut Robinson and Williams. Yeah, somebody got pictures of Sean Payton somewhere. That's how a guy like P.J. Williams keep making a team. Kevin says, I don't see Fitzpatrick at cornerback. You better not see him at cornerback. Well, I mean, but Fitzpatrick, I don't know, bro. I don't know, man. I don't know, brother. I hear you, brother. Torres says, Mark Dice, what up? All right. Byron says, Saints going to keep running back Kamara, Murray, and Montgomery. I'm saying 3. I don't see 4 running backs. That's why I'm saying Washington be smart to go and try to see if he could play that fullback position, in my opinion. He got a good shot at it, man. The 2 fullbacks we have now are not any good. And Rich says it's the best chicken in planet Earth. I got you, Rich. Am I saying that the correct restaurant is Bandanas? Is that the right one? I'm getting that I'm reaching back into my memory. My memory's actually pretty good. So I want to say it was called Bandanas, man. All right, Mr. Babassi, I can eat Texas all the time. Okay, yeah, right, yep. Yeah, that was some of the best barbecue I had, baby. But anyway, family, to go back to football, man. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to keep it real with you, man. I actually really love the moves. I think the Saints have had a really great and sound couple of moves here. And like I said, we did this show and we talked about the acquisition of Bradham, but people didn't know too much about the wide receiver. That's why I've kind of come back around and talk about Bennie Fowler on this one, because we were, kind of introducing him into the team, and people thought like he just could be a roster filler or a warm body in camp like originally thought. I said, well, let me look up this guy. Researched to find out that he ran, a 4.38 at Michigan State Pro Day. He has speed, he has size. He's about 6'1", 6'2", 210 pounds, 6-year veteran. Had some kick return, punt return applications, not nothing you would want to brag about, but he was still, watched a lot of his film. He could catch the deep ball, could play inside and out, still retain a lot of his speed, won a Super Bowl with Denver when he was there for 4 years. So, and of course, he's a number one. He's a number one bookseller. He was a top seller in a book that he had out. I didn't know that he was a number one selling author. And then also the fact that, the man is also a motivational speaker, so that's interesting as well. So we found a little bit out. We keep bringing in very resourceful and intelligent people, but it's always good to have two free agents that you bring in that can be contributors. They're both former Super Bowl champions that's coming into the team. So I really love that. So anyway, family, I'd like to thank all the beautiful Black and Gold family members for chiming in on this episode of the show. Now, it wasn't meant to be a long show, family. I'm just going to drop it down on you and let you know that. But tomorrow, baby, will represent the show, the Sports Coma, or what we call TSC Saturday Saints Talk, baby. So that'll be tomorrow at 5 o'clock, and those usually are 3 to 4 hour shows. I'll open up the phone lines again for those who didn't get in this time around. Don't be upset. Tomorrow we'll be back at 5 o'clock Central Time, same bat time, same bat channel. We'll be back at 5. We'll open up the phone lines at 5 o'clock. Well, not at 5 o'clock. We'll do a little, my little run, and then we'll open up the phone lines right on out in there, and then we'll go from there. But outside of that, man, I'd like to thank all y'all for joining me on the show. And, we get to the point where we run our commercials. But just to give a shout out to the family members of all of the great support that you've done since we stepped on the air over 5 years ago. The Pro Shop, we have 2 Pro Shops available that contain literally hundreds of products. Not just t-shirts, over 40 different designs on shirts that were designed by us and our designers, but also coffee mugs, smartphone cover cases, leggings, socks, a wall art, all kind of stuff, man, available at the Pro Shop. 10% off with the code Stay Strong. Stay Strong. Stay Strong. Get your 10% off at the Pro Shop. Just put it in there during the checkout. Also, to let the family members know, we have hats now. At first, we didn't have hats. We have hats now. Several different designs on the hats. The Drew Orleans hats are available, and they are embroidered hats, family. They are embroidered hats. They're really nice. And I ordered some samples to have here to show you guys coming up real soon. So just be ever so mindful of that. That'll be coming out. So go to the Pro Shop. The link is in the description section below for those who are interested. It helps out the live stream in a major way. It really does. And of course, Pro Radio. We have a lot of OTR drivers in the chat. People, period. A lot of big truck drivers that follow and listen to the shows. I know you guys, we appreciate y'all's support and hope you guys will be safe driving across the nation as well. Go to the Pro Radio, or what we call Pro Radio at Spreaker.com/the Sports Coma. where you can listen to the Sports Coma, Ring Kings Boxing, Pelican Post Game Report, Tough Tiger Talk, all of that in its audio formats. We're talking about recent shows, and then an incredible backlog of shows as well is available at Pro Radio. So go to Spreaker.com/The Sports Coma and sign up to listen to Pro Radio. Also, we're available on iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. We everywhere, man. The Sports Coma and Big Q and the Guy is every damn well. Now, next on the list, we have the Patreon. Too. If you really want to ratchet it up, people like 985 and Tori and Derek. Who that to you, Derek? I see you in the chat, my brother. I wanted to give you a shout out. Ken Rasa, what up, Ken Rasa? Good to see your family as well in the chat. Much love to you. I don't know if Scoob is on the show. I haven't seen Scoob, but hopefully we can. I don't know if I ain't see Scoob, but he might have missed it tonight. But who that to you, Scoob? If you're catching it on the replay, who that to you too, Derek? My bad, I ain't give you a shout out, bro. I think I seen you in the chat, my man. Good to see you, bro. But you could be like those great guys and our Patreon champions, and feel free to join the Patreon.com/the Pro Media Network. Patreon.com/the PRO Media Network and become a patron of the show. It's $1 a month, $5 a month, $10 a month, $20 a month. You know, it's to show support for the platform. It helps us to become faster and stronger. And listen, with the purchases at the store, which you guys have helped us do at the store and through our several virtual stores and other things, we're able to put up the 24/7 Saints live stream called Saints Headquarters, Saints HQ, the 24/7 nonstop live all day Saints talk. Never been done before. It's evolutionary. We love it. A lot of people have been watching it and enjoy watching Saints talk all day. We never had that before. But, you know, we have it now because of your support. And Patrons and YouTube members, that is what we do. We create, you know, we're able to create really add on to our platform and add on to do really great things. Also, the WhoDatDaily.com is another really great thing that's coming online as well. So, and then, of course, when you become a member of the Patreon, you get access to the On Cue with Big Q, TSC On Cue with Big Q, which is our news show that we do when we talk about that real stuff. And I mean that real stuff. So if you're interested in that, you can join patreon.com/the PRO Media Network to become a member of it. Also TSC Q&A, which is also a locked show that we do for our Patreon people, and our YouTube membership is available. You only get that as a patron and a YouTube member. So thank you for joining us there as well. And then finally, I'm going to run the ad right here. From Life Masks for you guys. We also have masks too at the Pro Shop, but this is from other Saints family members who have a business. The name of their website is called www.getlifemask.com, and they are the makers of these really good masks that you see on screen. Whether you're a Pelicans fan, Saints fan, or LSU Tiger fan, they have a life mask for you. And of course, when they wanted to come on the show, and I just, I said, listen, that's fine. They got a great product. They have the filter where you can slide the filter into the mask. It lasts for 3 months as well. So if you guys want to get masks for yourself and your family, get a mask at www.getlifemask.com. And I told them, listen, you're going to have to give me a special because I give my people a discount on whatever because they support me. So they knocked off 10% off with the code The Sports Coma. That's getlifemask.com, 10% off with the code The Sports Coma in lowercase letters. So if you're interested in that family, you want to keep your family safe, getlifemask.com, 10% off with the code The Sports Coma. All right. So I thank you guys for chiming in, man, on this edition of Sports Coma. We shall return. We'll be back tomorrow at 5:00 p.m., baby. And then right after that, family, we'll have the Madden series when the Saints will play. They're going to Denver in our Madden simulation. The Saints lost to Atlanta last week, and a lot of people were bent. They were upset. But this time the Saints will travel to Denver in this week. I think it's week 13. I want to say 12 or 13. I forget. But instead of doing it Sunday at 12, we'll have it Saturday right after the sports coma is over with. The TSC, because we do Madden simulations as well, family. The TSC Madden simulation Saints, who are, I think they're 8-2. They're virtually 8-2, taking on the Denver Broncos. I forget their records, but that'll be immediately after the show tomorrow. We'll have that Madden simulation. So I'd like to thank all you guys for joining us. We'll have an LSU show coming up real soon as well, just to let you know. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Y'all be safe out there. And y'all look out for me tomorrow. We'll be back to talk more Saints. Peace, and I'm out.
Yeah. Well, all right. Like you always say, welcome, welcome, welcome. Number one sports talking D. We ain't like the Falcons, we won't blow the lead. Look, all we talk is who that, who got cut and who back. Rookies in the vets, players you should look at. It's the sports coma, you don't wanna miss it. Got the pre-game, party, post-game statistics. Get a visit from Sway, maybe DC or 5. It's the hottest thing smoking, Big Q and the guys. Go to YouTube Live, make sure you subscribe. Interviews inside the Saints locker room high. Talk to Drew, Jordan, Zach, Peyton, New Orleans, who that nation. Best believe when I say we bleed gold and black. Ain't a miracle or rivalry could ever hold us back. No, Beastquake, Bounty Gate, let the truth be told. It's the sports coma, all we know is say Super Bowl.
You're listening to the Sports Coma.